Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be looking at Klee, the next limited banner character, and is she worth it? The 300 to 400 USD dollar worth of the cost of the banner. For all the friends that doesn't know about this, Klee is very likely going to be the next banner character for the limited banner after Venti banner expires. She is also going to be featured with those 3 other 4-star characters within the banner with a higher rate of 50% extra for those 4 units. There is also a teaser for Klee, which we can have a look at the end of this particular video. It's pretty cute as well. Now let's have a look at some of the notes I prepared to analyze everything about Klee. She is going to be available in the limited banner, and the limited banner duration is going to be estimated when the Venti banner ends on the 18th of October, and she is going to last until the 8th of November, and this is exactly when the new patch comes out for patch 1.1. After that, she is similar to all the other characters in the limited banner. 90 pulls, you get 50% of her chance, and 180 pulls, you guarantee her. Now keep in mind, if you do get her before that, this does reset the pulls as well. Now let's go through the character details for Klee, and I'll go through the pros and cons and also the conclusion, whether we should consider having her on the team. With character detail, Klee is a fire character. If we come over here, we can see there is going to be 5 fire characters in the game. Currently, Amber and Bennett are very low tier units, while Deluc and Xiaoling are high tier DPS unit. And similarly, if we come back to Klee, we can see that her role is also a DPS, so there is a small overlapping with the elements and the roles for the party. Klee is a catalyst user, one of the only catalyst user for the fire units. She is going to be a range unit that is going to attack at short or medium range. Her playing style is usually a burst damage pyro caster. She is going to be casting a lot of spells, and she is going to excel in AoE and burst damage. Now, instead of going through all the details of her Klee's skills, talents, and also passive, and also recommended builds, what I want to do is I want to do that in our next video. So now we'll focus on the summary of Klee. Our next video will focus on her skills and combinations, usage of items, weapons, and artifacts. Klee is going to excel in high AoE damage and burst damage in the shorter fights because she will need her CDs and cooldowns. Klee is also a pyro DPS mage, which unlike Deluc, who is a melee character, she has more potential to kite enemies. Klee also allows us to have double pyro on the team for the 25% resonance bonus for the party when you have Deluc and Klee, or maybe Xiaoling and Klee. And finally, Klee is super cute. If you guys haven't seen Klee, or if you haven't tried her with adventure level 32, I definitely recommend you trying her. She is also a short character as well. Being a short character have the advantages, surprisingly enough. They can dodge projectiles or arrows or even enemy attacks or even objectives and puzzles more easily. So let's have a look at some of Klee's animations of what do I mean by that she's super cute. Now let's have a look at her movement animations alone. She runs very happily, and when she actually starts to sprint, she opens up her arms and she sprints like this. It's super cute, and she pops out a little puffy balloon that blows up, and she can do 2 of those at once. We can also see over here, what do I mean by being short is an advantage. You can see that this particular dungeon is designed for Klee because there's so many obstacles that tall characters cannot get through. Notice there are wires that if you touch the wires you get zapped, and most characters can't deal with that. But for Klee, she just runs through them. Klee can easily blow enemies up while being short and avoiding all of the contraptions over here. And Venti can't do the same because he's a little too tall. So what can be a disadvantage of having Klee on the team? One of that is having too many pyro characters available from the game, and also being able to have already Deluc and Xiaoling invested. This is when we have too many pyro characters and we don't want more than 3 pyros, unless you're building 2 teams with both having pyro characters. At the same time, Klee does not have the highest armor, defense, or HP. If you look coming back over here, we can see that currently in the trial with level 47, her attack is pretty high, but her base defense is quite low and HP is not the highest. We don't really mind about the HP, I think it's more the focus on defense. So this kind of goes true with a mage character. She is going to be more vulnerable compared to Deluc, who is going to be a frontline. She is also quite stamina and energy dependent. Her cooldowns with her E spells allows her to cast that twice. Her stamina allows her to do a burst damage, while having enough energy she can cast her ultimate multiple times. Yes, she does get a lot of the energy quickly, but the downside of her ultimate is that her burst spell, or the ultimate, does not persist on the field if you swap a character. Let me show you what I mean by that. So over here you can see that I'm going to cast her ultimate, and it's very beautiful ornament. What's going to happen is there's going to be lasers zapping around enemies around Klee, and this will add her single target damage greatly, and also its pyro damage. And notice that as the laser zaps, if I were to switch a character here, the laser will disappear. So in order to test if this is true, what I did was I cast the ultimate again, and then after I was switching characters. After switching to Vessel, notice that the lasers that surrounds Klee, the little flower, disappeared, and even if I switch back into her, the flower did not stay. And this was the case in my battles as well. So unlike characters like Sheldon or Kaya, which allows the ulti to persist after you sweeping a character, Klee cannot be used as a support for Pyro as she casts ultimate and switch into another character. She has to stay on the field, she has to be a DPS character. So after looking at all of those summarized information, what do I think about Klee? Is she worth it? What is the verdict? For me and for most people, no character is worth $200 to $400 USD. We can buy a lot of things with that amount of money. But saving for the 90 PT with free-to-play gems can be achievable. This is because there are ways in the game, and I'll have showed in a few of my videos, we can save for gems with events, with daily logins, with chests, and with stories and questlines. And this also makes it possible because a lot of us has been saving at the global launch waiting for the new banner. So it is achievable with Klee, but I would not recommend spending over 100 or 200 just for the character. Now, putting spending and gems aside, if you do need a pyro character for the DPS like me, then Klee is a really nice addition to the team. Currently my Sheldon is going to be a support, and having Klee I can go with 2 pyro. I do not have the look. If I had the look, maybe having Klee is not such a good thing, because I'll have to spread resource and energy on the same DPS elements. And the most important factor of whether we should have Klee or not is that she is a very super cute character, and she also have a treasure hunter passive. We'll quickly have a look at the treasure hunter passive, which is all my treasures. She will display hidden treasures and resources unique to Mondstadt on the minimap. So basically she is a mini compass for us finding additional treasures as we go explore the world. Now if you guys haven't seen our video that demonstrates all the rates for all the characters for any amount of rows, definitely check that out. Because before trying to get lucky with Klee with maybe 10 or 40 rows, you must know your rates. It's very important for that. And what we can see from our Excel is 10 rows for Klee is at 2.9%. This is rate for Klee only, not any other 5-star character, just for her. And 10 rows for Klee is at 10.6%, 70 rows for her is at 17.2%, 90 rows for her is at 50%. Keep in mind, if we do get a 5-star character before getting Klee, those rates are doubled, because what the event allows us to do with the upgrade is, if your first character is not Klee, the next 5-star item will be Klee, and those rates will be doubled. And if you wonder where I am getting those rates from, the rates are actually from here on the Excel table. I'll also add a link to this particular Excel and how to use it. I'll also add a link to this particular video, which shows how to use this particular Excel table in the description below. Let's do a summary before we go and have a look at the Klee trailer. Overall, Klee is a great pyro DPS character. She is very cute, and she excels in short fights and also burst damage. Now in 4 days time, what we'll be expecting to see is a lot of content, a lot of videos is going to talk about how much people have spent on Klee. I strongly recommend you guys remember that the people or the content creators who actually make those videos are paying for the advertisement. They are making the money back. So definitely don't feel inclined, or definitely don't feel the need to spend a lot of money on her, because people are going to be promoting, people are trying to show off how they got her and how lucky it was. I will be trying to roll her with my free-to-play saved up gems as well, perhaps. But it is very important for us to remember that for most of us, it is not worth it, and most people do not spend $200 or $400 just for a virtual character. And now let's have a look at the Korean version of the Klee teaser. I cannot find the English version or the other language version. The Korean version is the only available one at the moment. So let's have a look.
여행자, 비밀 하나 알려줄게. 사실 몬드는 밤에 귀신이 나타나. 목소리 낮춰. 다른 사람한테 비밀이야. 모두가 잠들면
This is so cute, right?
사람들이 속이지. 당근실에서는 녀석들의 발소리가 들려. 그래서 내가 대문을 폭파시키고 그놈들을 쫓아내려고 했어.
Jesus.
정말 이상해. 다른 사람한텐 절대 비밀이야? 귀신 이야기는 케이아 오빠가 나한테만 말해준 거야.
케이야, 클레 보고 감금실을 당당하게 탈출하라고 그런 건가? 요즘 기사단의 어린이 교육이 많이 느슨해졌나 봐.
She's so cute, right? Now, if you guys do want a rough translation, you can see in the comments below, people have translated. Very nice of them. So if you want the translation, definitely have a look over here. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe and also click the little bell for more videos like this to come. As always, I wish you guys best of luck in Genshin and also have a great time exploring this beautiful world. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.